In 1898, 14 years before the Titanic's ill-fated maiden voyage, author Morgan Robertson wrote a novella called Futility. The book described the maiden voyage of a luxurious ocean liner called the Titan, which strikes an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sinks. The fictional Titan and the real Titanic shared many uncanny similarities. Both were described as unsinkable. Both were similar in size, 800 ft versus 882 ft. Both lacked sufficient lifeboats. Both sank in April after hitting an iceberg. Both resulted in the deaths of more than 1,500 people. The parallels between Robertson's fictional account and the actual Titanic disaster are so striking that many consider it one of the most remarkable examples of synchronicity in literature. But how can we explain such an extraordinary coincidence? To understand this, we need to delve into the mind of the man who coined the term synchronicity, Carl Gustav Jung. Have you ever experienced a moment so uncanny, so perfectly timed, that it felt like the universe was trying to tell you something? Maybe you were thinking about an old friend, and suddenly they called you out of the blue, or perhaps you stumbled upon a book that held the exact answers you were seeking at that precise moment in your life. These aren't just mere coincidences. According to the renowned Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, these are synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that defy conventional notions of cause and effect. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of synchronicity. We'll explore Jung's groundbreaking theory, examine real-life examples that will leave you questioning reality, and discover how understanding synchronicity can transform your life. So buckle up and prepare to have your mind expanded. But before we dive in, if you're intrigued by the mysteries of the human mind and the hidden patterns of the universe, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss our future videos exploring the depths of psychology, philosophy, and the unexplained. Carl Gustav Jung, born in 1875 in Switzerland, was a psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. From his childhood, Jung experienced strange and seemingly unexplainable phenomena that would later shape his theories and life's work. As a young man, Jung had vivid visions that he initially feared were signs of impending madness. In one particularly striking instance, just before the outbreak of World War I, Jung saw yellow waves, swimming rubble, and the death of countless thousands. 2 weeks later, the vision returned even more violently, accompanied by an inner voice that said, "Look at it. It is completely real, and it will come to pass. You cannot doubt this." When these premonitory visions came true with the onset of the war, Jung realized that his experiences weren't symptoms of mental illness, but rather messages from what he called the collective unconscious, a shared, universal repository of archetypes and symbolic meanings. Jung's personal experiences with the unexplainable didn't stop there. In his autobiography, Memories, Dreams, Reflections, he recounts an incident from his student days. "I heard a pistol-like crack in the dining room sideboard, a sound I knew well. I rushed over to see what had happened. The table was split from the rim to beyond the center. I was thunderstruck. My elderly mother, who was sitting at the table, had turned deathly pale and stammered, 'That means something.' 2 weeks later, the same thing happened again, this time with a steel bread knife. These events, which defied rational explanation, fueled Jung's lifelong fascination with the paranormal and the interconnectedness of all things. But it wasn't until 1920, during a conversation with Albert Einstein, that Jung began to formulate his theory of synchronicity. Einstein's work on relativity and quantum mechanics had shaken the foundations of classical physics, suggesting a universe far stranger and more interconnected than previously imagined. Inspired by these revolutionary ideas, Jung spent the next 3 decades developing and refining his concept of synchronicity. He defined it as the simultaneous occurrence of 2 meaningfully but not causally connected events. In 1952, Jung published his groundbreaking work, Synchronicity, an Acausal Connecting Principle, in collaboration with the Nobel Prize-winning physicist Wolfgang Pauli. This unlikely partnership between a depth psychologist and a quantum physicist underscored the radical nature of Jung's ideas, bridging the gap between the inner world of the psyche and the outer world of matter. Now that we understand the origins of synchronicity, let's explore some of the different types of synchronistic experiences we might encounter. 1. Warning or alert. Synchronicity. These occur just before a stressful or decisive event in our lives, often serving as a cosmic heads-up. 2. Confirmation. Synchronicity. These accompany significant moments of spiritual growth or personal transformation, confirming that we're on the right path. 3. Prophetic synchronicity. Also known as signs or omens, these are symbolic messages that appear at crucial moments in our lives. 4. Manifestation. Synchronicity. This is when our thoughts or desires seem to physically manifest in reality shortly after we conceive them. 5. Opportunity. Synchronicity. These are perfectly timed opportunities that arise when we're prepared and aligned with our higher purpose. Let's dive into some real-life examples of these synchronicities in action. In 1979, a study of separated twins led to an extraordinary discovery of synchronicity. Jim Lewis and Jim Springer were identical twins, separated at birth and adopted by different families. They reunited at age 39 and found astonishing similarities in their lives. Both were named James by their adoptive parents, both married women named Linda, divorced, and then married women named Betty. Both had childhood dogs named Toy. Both worked as sheriff's deputies, both enjoyed carpentry and mechanical drawing. Both vacationed on the same Florida beach and both drove the same model of blue Chevrolet. Both smoked Salem cigarettes and drank Miller Lite beer. Both bit their fingernails and suffered from tension headaches. This case, often referred to as the Jim twins, became a landmark in the study of genetics and environment, but it also stands as a powerful example of synchronicity, suggesting a deeper connection between individuals beyond mere coincidence.
My first wife's name was Linda.
My first wife's name was Linda.
I divorced Linda and married Betty.
And then my second wife's name was Betty, and now I'm married to Sandy.
Well, she's kind of leery that she hopes I don't ever come across her, a Sandy.
And I got interested in the woodwork because my father, he was always doing woodwork.
I've been doing woodworking for quite a long time. My first son's name was James Allen.
My first son is James Allen.
My favorite beer was Miller Lite, and I've always smoked Salem cigarettes.
My favorite beer is Miller's Lite. And smoking, I smoke Camel Light, but then I smoke Salem Light too. I switch back and forth.
I was in the sheriff's department in Miami County as a deputy.
I was deputy sheriff for 7 years.
Now you might be wondering, how can we explain these extraordinary coincidences? Are they truly meaningful or just random chance? Jung argued that synchronicities reveal an underlying pattern or order in the universe that transcends our conventional understanding of cause and effect. He believed that just as events can be connected by causality, they can also be connected by meaning. This idea challenges our traditional materialistic worldview and suggests a deeper, more interconnected reality. It aligns with cutting-edge theories in quantum physics, which propose that consciousness plays a fundamental role in shaping reality. As the Nobel Prize-winning physicist Eugene Wigner once said, "It was not possible to formulate the laws of quantum mechanics in a fully consistent way without reference to consciousness." One fascinating aspect of synchronicity that many people experience involves numbers, particularly repeating number sequences. In numerology, these are often referred to as angel numbers. You might find yourself repeatedly seeing the same number combination, like 1111 on clocks or 333 in phone numbers or addresses. These recurring numbers are thought to carry specific messages or meanings. For instance, seeing 111 might be interpreted as a sign of new beginnings or opportunities, while 444 is often associated with protection and guidance. Jung himself was fascinated by the symbolic significance of numbers, particularly in alchemy and religious contexts. He saw these numerical synchronicities as potential messages from the unconscious or the universe, guiding us towards greater awareness and personal growth. While skeptics might dismiss these as mere coincidences or the result of heightened awareness, many people find profound meaning and guidance in these numerical patterns. Whether you believe in the mystical interpretation of angel numbers or not, paying attention to these numerical synchronicities can often lead to interesting insights and self-reflection. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced any remarkable synchronicities in your life? Perhaps you've encountered meaningful number sequences or had experiences similar to the examples we've discussed today. Share your stories in the comments below. Your experience might just resonate with someone else and spark a fascinating discussion. So how can we cultivate synchronicity in our own lives? Here are some practical tips. 1. Pay attention. Be mindful of the seemingly random events and coincidences in your life. Keep a journal to track patterns and recurring themes. 2. Trust your intuition. Often our subconscious mind picks up on subtle cues that our conscious mind misses. Learn to trust your gut feelings. 3. Follow your passions. When we're aligned with our true purpose, we're more likely to experience meaningful synchronicities. 4. Stay open-minded. Approach life with curiosity and wonder. Be willing to consider explanations that go beyond conventional logic. 5. Practice mindfulness. Regular meditation can help you become more attuned to the subtle connections between your inner and outer worlds. As we conclude our exploration of synchronicity, it's important to remember that this concept isn't about magical thinking or abandoning critical thought. Rather, it's an invitation to expand our understanding of reality and our place within it. Carl Jung once said, "Synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see." By cultivating awareness of these meaningful coincidences, we open ourselves to a richer, more interconnected experience of life. Whether you view synchronicities as messages from the universe, glimpses into a higher order of reality, or simply beautiful coincidences, they remind us of the mystery and wonder that permeates our existence. So the next time you experience an uncanny coincidence or a moment of perfect timing, pause and reflect. You might just be witnessing the dance of synchronicity, weaving its intricate patterns through the fabric of your life. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of Carl Jung's synchronicity. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of the human mind and the mysteries of existence. Until next time, keep your eyes open for the magic of synchronicity in your own life.